In this video, I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks about running a wood stove that I wish I knew years ago when I first got started. I'm going to start with the best tip. When I first started using a wood stove, I used to do what most people do. When it was done burning, I would sweep the ashes into a bucket. I would scoop them out of the stove with a shovel, dump them into the bucket, and then dump them outside somewhere. Do not do this. This makes an absolute mess. The ashes will get everywhere. You'll probably be breathing them in too. You want to use an ash scoop like this. I have a link in the video description. Do yourself a big favor. Click that link and buy this. It will make cleanup a lot easier and a lot less messy. You simply open this up, and whether the coals are still hot or whether the stove is completely dead, you can scoop the ashes up and then close this. And it keeps the ashes from flying all over the place. And it makes cleanup so much better. So click the link in the video description, do yourself a favor and buy this. Don't panic if when you put a log in a stove, if it doesn't immediately catch fire. You don't have to sit there and stare at it waiting for it to catch fire. Usually, if you can see some smoke coming off the log, then eventually it's gonna catch. Even if it takes a half hour, it's probably gonna catch fire at some point. So toss the log in the stove, open the air intake all the way. You might have to open the door a little bit to give it some more air, but just trust that eventually it's going to catch fire and the wood stove will get going again. Don't be afraid of the fire going out. When I first got a wood stove, as soon as these flames would go out, I would panic. I would think that the fire was going to go out and I would throw another log on there. I would open the intake all the way, open the door, and I would just wait for the log to catch fire in a panic that I was going to have to restart the stove. This is very unnecessary and it's a very inefficient use of the wood. You'll be amazed by how long these hot coals can burn for. And you'll be amazed by how few coals that you need remaining in order to get the fire going again when you put another piece of wood on it. So when you see a hotbed of coals like this, don't panic. Even if there's no flame, it's going to continue to burn for a long period of time. And these coals burn very hot too, so they're throwing off a lot of heat. How you lay the logs in the stove will affect burn time and heat output. Putting them horizontally across the stove like this will make them burn slower because the air comes into the stove from front to back. And when you put the logs horizontally, the path is not as streamlined across the log as it is when you lay them from front to back. When you lay the logs front to back, the air travels along the whole length of the log more efficiently, thereby enabling the logs to burn hotter and faster. So if you want longer burn times, generally lay them horizontally across the stove. And if you want faster burn times with higher heat, laying them lengthwise across the stove will generally give you that. The number of logs that you put in the stove at one time will change the burn time of each log individually and how open or closed your air intake should be. Read the manual that came with your stove to determine its maximum temperature and use a temperature gauge to monitor it. And do not ever exceed the maximum temperature as read in the manual for that stove. It's very important. If you fill the firebox with wood and open the air intake all the way, it's gonna burn very hot and it very well could exceed the stove's maximum temperature. And this can be very dangerous. But if you put just one log in the stove, you can very likely open the air intake all the way and not even come close to exceeding the stove's maximum temperature. This is because when you put more wood in the stove, you're giving it more fuel to burn. And if it has more fuel, it's going to burn hotter and faster than it does if it has less fuel. Many people like to fill the firebox with as much logs as they can fit into it and then close the air intake all the way down and just let it smolder. And they do this because they want to extend the amount of time they get before having to put more logs into the stove. But the goal should be to have the air intake as open as you can, because this enables the logs to burn more efficiently and to produce more heat, and it will give you way less ashes to clean up later. In fact, when I run my stove, I almost always have the air intake all the way open. The only time it's closed is when I'm in bed or if I leave the house for a long period of time. And leaving the air intake all the way open will produce less creosote too. So this is much safer than letting it smolder all day. Letting it smolder all day, you need to clean that chimney out a lot more often, or you can set it on fire. And that's a serious hazard. So the goal is to leave the intake open as much as you can. Now I can understand why people close the intake down. They're trying to get more time out of the stove. But the secret is you actually don't have to close the intake down to get more time out of the logs. You can get just about the same amount of burn time out of a log by leaving the intake all the way open as you can closing it down. And the trick is, rather than filling the firebox up with wood, just burn one piece of wood at a time. If you burn one piece of wood at a time, you're unlikely to overfire the stove, even with the intake all the way open. And depending on the type of wood you're burning and the size of it, you may get anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours out of each log. And when you think about this, if you put 4 pieces of wood in the stove and then close the air intake all the way to let it smolder, and if you get 8 hours of burn time out of that, that's about the same as getting 2 hours out of 4 logs individually. So you might not even be getting less time overall by leaving the air intake all the way open. And I encourage you to experiment with this. See how much time you get when you fill the box up with wood and close the intake versus leaving it all the way open with just one piece of wood in the box. I bet you it's not going to be that much different overall. When working in the stove, when I'm reaching in there to move the logs around or to add new logs, not only should you wear a pair of welding gloves like these, which I have a link in the video description to a good pair. If you don't already have a pair of welding gloves, click that link and buy some. You should also wear something like this cotton sweatshirt. If you reach in there with short sleeves on like this, you're going to notice that even with the welding gloves, your skin doesn't feel very comfortable. It feels quite hot. And if you accidentally touch the stove, you're going to burn yourself. So wearing something with long sleeves will help your arm to feel a lot more comfortable. And you're going to want to use natural fibers like this cotton shirt, because if you wear a polyethylene shirt like this one, the shirt might actually melt, and it can melt onto your skin. And I've actually had a polyethylene shirt melt a little bit when I was reaching into the stove before. And that's why I do not wear these synthetic fibers anymore. Wear natural fibers like this, and wear long sleeves when reaching into the stove to help your arms to feel a lot more comfortable when doing so. Lastly, as I mentioned earlier, when you're using a wood stove, the ashes tend to get all over the place, no matter how you clean it. You can lessen it with the ash box that I showed you earlier, link in the video description. So I also recommend, highly recommend in fact, getting an air purifier for running a wood stove. This will help to clean the ashes out of the air slowly. Just leave it running somewhere near the stove, not too hot to where it's going to, burn, obviously. And this will help to keep your air clean, which is important because I really do believe that breathing in the ashes is not good for your lungs. And I think it's pretty much universally accepted. So I highly recommend getting a good purifier like this. I have a link to this one in the video description. You can bet I have that link. So if you want to get this one, which has served me very well for a couple of years now, then click that link and buy this one here. But at the very least, get yourself a good air purifier for when running the wood stove. You're going to need it. So there you have it. Those are my tips for running a wood stove. What do you think? Did I surprise you with anything? Do you have any tips that you think I missed? Let me know in the comments because I do read them and I do respond regularly. So don't be shy. And I will see you next time with more wood stove stuff and probably some stand-up paddleboarding coming in the future. Probably more light works and shortcut video editing stuff as well. So see you in the future.